Hello and welcome to the Mr. Jones Tattoo Show. Today's star is me, Mr. Jones. I'm the only one here. Anyhow, today I'm talking about two things. If you're interested in my tattoo process, stick around. And I also want to touch on tattoo education a little bit more than I have in previous videos. I love putting out videos that could help people about tattoo education, but I want to get more involved and do in-person tattoo education with artists, potential artists, people that are at a level where I feel like I could help them grow. I've done it a little bit with my videos. I've done it in person with one artist, like an in-person 3-day crash course seminar. Completely changed the trajectory of her art career. Those are her words, not mine. I mean, I have two eyes. I saw what happened, but I want to continue to do that. And at some point, I have a vision of doing seminars and small groups, but right now I'm more interested in a one-on-one. And I've kind of been building up to it with these videos, but I received an Instagram message yesterday from a gentleman in Texas who reached out asking me if I taught tattooing. So I came up with like a 3-level offer of like via FaceTime for a day or 2 days, or even something as extensive as flying out there and spending 5 days out there, depending on what he's looking for and what we can come up with. So that's something that I'm excited about. But this video is gonna go a little longer than normal. So on my Instagram, you may only see a short clip of it, 5-10 minutes. If it goes like 15, 20, 30 minutes, I'm gonna put it to my YouTube channel and just leave the beginning on my Instagram. So I'll put a link either below or in my bio. So I wanna talk about my tattoo process. I've been tattooing for a long time. I tattooed my brother when I was 12 years old in my bedroom. Professionally, I started when I was 20. But my process and my clientele and everything has evolved and changed for the best. I appreciate everyone that's been along for the ride and that has helped me grow since the beginning. But I've gotten to a point where I really only want to do 2 tattoos a week, maybe 3, but 2 art projects a week so I can have the time to really focus on the drawing for the 2 tattoos that I want to do. And I'll probably split them up like a Tuesday, Saturday, or a Monday, Friday. Anyhow, one of my most recent pieces that I posted is a tattoo that I'm going to be vulnerable about, or I'm going to be open and share the whole process from beginning to end. So I had a new client reach out. I had tattooed somebody in his family, and he had his appointment booked for months, and I never knew who he was. We actually met at a gym, had a full-on conversation, got super personal, talked about life, not even knowing he was my client. And I told him I was a tattoo artist. Neither of us put it together. So his appointment got closer, and maybe 3, 4, 5 days before the appointment, this is how the process starts. So we met in person for an in-person consultation. He was gonna get his sleeve started on his upper arm. It was his first tattoo, but he has a skin condition where he has some dry skin, so we changed the idea to his forearm. And even if we hadn't, the design that he wanted fit like a glove for his forearm. So I probably would have pushed him in that direction anyhow. Sometimes when you're getting a tattoo, getting hung up on placement, sometimes letting the art dictate where it's gonna fit best works better, because then down the road, you're gonna probably get your other part of your body done anyhow. So this client came to me, and his grandmother's from Greece. He wanted something like Greek Spartan type design, and I had a consult, went over the ideas, came home. This part I didn't tell him, but I'm gonna say it now. Originally, when I was looking at reference for this tattoo, I wasn't super excited about it. I felt like so many Spartan tattoos have been done that how am I gonna cap it, or how am I gonna hang with it? Like, it just felt like I was looking at it like a marathon, and I just saw how many miles instead of being like, start the process. So when I'm in that mindset, I sort of approach it like process of elimination. I just start picking images for references that I think will bring the best out of me and that I'm drawn to. And once I found a few references and put some drawings together, this is how, This is how the image starts, right? So it's a red pencil sketch. From there, I put it on a light table, and this is a copy of the pencil drawing because I gave him the original. this is like, I trace over my red pencil sketch, and then I make an outline with a pencil drawing, and then I shade all this in. This is a lot lighter than the original, but this takes hours. This takes me hours. Maybe someone else can do it quicker. There are a lot of artists out there now that use their iPad and they figure everything out digitally. Some of them think I'm crazy. I've had a DM from one kid who's like, why do you use the pencil? I can't believe you do. This works for me. I've tried the iPad. It's cool. It just, something about the translation from a pencil to a piece of paper works for me. I think people that use an iPad probably get a lot more sleep than I do, so I envy it. So 1, 2, and then the third step after this is making a clean line drawing for the actual stencil that's gonna go to their skin. So then I put a piece of tracing paper over here and trace my drawing. And by the time I get to the skin, it's like I've drawn the tattoo 3 times. And it's usually the day or 2 before that I'm finalizing this drawing. So by the time I get to the skin, I'm so familiar with every little nook and cranny that the process is faster and smoother than if I was to just find a picture on Pinterest, trace it, put it on the skin, and tattoo it and look back and forth. And I still bounce my eyes off my reference, but for me to figure out everything ahead of time, that's what works. There's people out there who don't do it this way. I envy them. I think they get a lot more sleep, and that's awesome. So, my process now for the time that this stuff takes and booking multiple days or at least a full day for this, I take a drawing fee, not a deposit, but a fee, and I keep it and I put it towards my time of drawing. New clients, this is very easy to explain because I've never tattooed them. It's a new process for them. Existing clients, it's been a little bit trickier. Most people get it. Some people, it takes a few times to explain. And some people truthfully don't like it, and that's fine because it's like asking them to go to work and punch in for them to go to work and not punch in and work for free. That's how I'm viewing this now. And then for a tattoo session, it's getting closer and closer to the point where I'm just booking the client for the day and I'm just charging more of a day rate. Whether a tattoo takes 6 hours or 9 hours, I'm viewing it like it's a piece of art and I'm selling it as that. It's kind of like if you hired somebody to paint your house, you know, you wouldn't pay them hourly. They're going to price out the job, and whether they do it in 6 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, like you're paying them that fee. So that's a drawing that probably took 5-7 hours. I don't know. I never really time it. I do time my tattoo sessions, but drawing I don't. This tattoo I did a few years ago. It's still one of my favorites. I don't know how many hours went into this, but many. This is like a loose, organic, kind of fun image. I mean, this here is kind of pattern-like and not so organic, but it's like kind of a loose drawing. This tattoo is the opposite for me. In my brain, this is like freaking mathematic blueprints. When I was looking for reference to do the Spartan over something like this, that's like more my style or something I normally do, I really wasn't excited. I was kind of stressing out. And then once it came together and I sucked it up and put the time in, I felt much better about it. And then when I applied the stencil to the client's arm, saw it lay on, I felt even better. And once I tattooed, like 20, 30 minutes in, I just knew that this was gonna be a piece that I was really gonna like or love and be happy to share and post and all that. So that is as quick as I could make this explanation. We're under 9 minutes. I'm gonna stop this video before 10 minutes and try to think of anything else I can cram in here. So if you are interested in getting tattooed by me, this is the direction that I wanna go in. 2 tattoos a week. Each tattoo is like more of a project, even if it's not a whole arm from wrist to shoulder, even if it's just a forearm, like I wanna treat each piece like a priority, which it should be. So if you're interested in tattoo education, you can send me a DM. If you're interested in a tattoo session, you can send me a DM and we can go from there. So if you hung in this long, thank you. If you didn't, it's all good. Peace.